I have only attended about 5 outdoor concerts or events my entire life, and all of these were church-related events. When we first moved to Texas, we attended the Celebrate Freedom concerts for 2 or 3 years before COVID hit. The other 2 were in Lagos when we attended the Experience organized by House on the Rock. I have a confession. I do not like big crowds. I have some sort of anxiety about many strange and unfamiliar bodies pulsating in the same space in close proximity to mine. It's crazy. And that's what we're breaking down in this episode. Why many introverts do not like large crowds and why we feel overwhelmed in new and unfamiliar situations. Welcome to another episode of the series on introvert problems and faith solutions. Let's get into it.
You're listening to the Driven Introvert Podcast, the place to be for dreamers, doers, and entrepreneurs who are ready to birth the dreams, callings, and ideas the Lord has placed in their hearts. Do you sense that God is calling you to step out and do something new, but you're held back by fear and uncertainty? Do you struggle with believing that you can do great things because of your quiet, reserved, and introverted nature? Welcome here. I'm Remy Roy, your host and founder of shepacked.com. I'm an author, an entrepreneur, a creative, and a committed trier. I'm here to help you get unstuck and make progress on your God idea. Let's go.
Okay, so there's something anxiety-inducing about this for me. I know that part of it is my introversion. Large groups, crowded spaces can be overwhelming for a lot of introverts, causing anxiety and discomfort. In addition, there is a safety aspect to these situations that also make me avoid it. Like, I don't know these people. Anyone could be lurking in here. I have another confession. You see, the idea of solo travel, I don't find it comforting at all. Especially talking about international destinations. Like, I've never been there before. I think it's all part of the crowds thing. I feel like I'm walking on unfamiliar streets in busy cities, especially, and I know no one else in this entire city. Like, nah, I'm not doing that. I know a lot of people do this. Like, you just leave your home, leave your country, go to another country to just like be there, see things, have fun experiences, and you know no one there. Like, I cannot do that. Y'all pray for me. I know this is an irrational fear and I need to get over it, and I'm working on it. I traveled to Florida a few months ago by myself, and it was such a huge step. I mean, I celebrated like I'd won the lottery or something. For me, I love the familiarity of my friends and family when I travel. I don't have wanderlust. I don't like the kind of travel bug that hasn't bitten someone else in my family or my friend group, like we're going together. I say all this to say, I get this fear that some introverts have. But like I always say, if there are traits or tendencies that are natural to you as an introvert, but somehow they keep you stuck or they hold you back from living fully, then we have to talk about it. We have to deal with it. And I've really been working on this for myself. I know that introverts generally find large crowds and busy places overwhelming. The noise and constant movement of people can even cause anxiety. But I love Psalm 46 verse 10. It says, "Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth." He is God wherever you are. He is in the far ends of the earth. He's on the busy streets you have to walk to get to work in the morning. And he's on the quiet alleys you have to navigate at night to get back home. He's with you. Be still and know that he is God. As an introvert, when you're feeling overwhelmed in a crowd, I think it's helpful to find a quiet moment to yourself, even in that space. Speak these words to yourself over and over again. He is with me, always. I do this all the time. Take a break if you have to, if you're able to, even if it's for a few minutes, and remember that in every situation, God is in control, and you don't have to face situations alone. So let's talk about 3 practical steps you can take to feel centered when you're overwhelmed in tight or crowded spaces or in a new and unfamiliar environment. All right, number 1. Do you have to be there? Just kidding. Or maybe not. Seriously, evaluate the need for you to be in that space. I think it's important to use wisdom in every situation. It's okay to want to do fun things that require you to be, among crowds. In that case, you can calm yourself by just meditating on the words of Psalm 46:10. Be still and know that He is God. Remember that God is with you and there's nothing to fear. I know that the crazy things happening in our world also feed into that fear sometimes. And there are real dangers out there, don't get me wrong. Every day we hear of missing people. God have mercy. So it's important to use wisdom whenever our physical safety is concerned. But don't let it take over your mind. Remember, we walk by faith and not by sight. Not by the things we see or hear, we walk by faith. All right, number 2. Maybe find a familiar face or go with a friend. This can be helpful if you felt particularly hampered by the fear of being in public spaces and you want to break out of that. Start by going with someone you're comfortable with. Share your anxiety with them and maybe lean on them, on the comfort of their presence in order to get more confident in that situation. Sometimes it's just the overwhelm of navigating like a social event and meeting new people. It feels like a lot to handle. If you have the opportunity to be there with a friend that you trust, then do that. But remember, for you to grow and be more confident in these situations, ultimately, you have to be able to navigate life on your own. Which brings me to my next point. Number 3, challenge yourself to step outside of your comfort zone. I did this when I traveled solo for a conference in another city in Florida, actually. I had initially planned to go with my family, but then it dawned on me that this was a unique opportunity for me to do something difficult and grow in confidence as a result. Y'all, I don't like convoluted details. I don't handle it very well. I don't like travel planning, coordinating flights and schedules and car rental and Uber, whatever. I don't like doing those things. I get overwhelmed and I leave it to my husband. But for this trip, I told myself I'm going to do it all by myself and not ask for help. I know it sounds funny, but this is just my reality. It might seem like a small thing, but for me, it was a big deal. And I'm glad that I took that leap. And I'm applying that same mindset to other areas of my life, just knowing that there are things that I can take on. There are bigger challenges that I can do. There are bigger spaces I can walk into. And I may not have a roadmap. I may not have a manual, but I trust God to help me in that situation. It's the same mindset. I encourage you to do the same. Whatever feels overwhelming and anxiety-inducing for you right now, think of small ways you could deal with it and grow through that bit. And remember, it's okay to prioritize your well-being. It's okay to take breaks. It's okay to say no. If you feel consistently uncomfortable in crowds, it's okay to seek help. Maybe from a therapist who can help you master how to cope and be more confident in these situations. Whether it has to do with work, maybe you have to travel for work a lot and you don't like that, or you have to go to new places, meet new people because of just the responsibilities of your life. Trust God to be with you and give you the grace to handle it. I hope this all helps you be more intentional in trusting God with your physical safety and confidence in crowded social situations or in new and unfamiliar environments. I would love to hear from you. Are you an introvert? Do you struggle with this? Do you find it hard sometimes, adjusting to new situations, traveling by yourself, doing things, on your own? How have you coped? And how did this episode kind of help you just change your perspective about this? Send me an email at thedrivenintrovert@sheepak.com. I would love to hear from you. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoy this conversation, please take a moment to follow or subscribe to the podcast. I'd also love your feedback on this episode. You can scroll down on your app and click write a review. I'd love to read your takeaways from this conversation. As always, don't forget to take courage, trust God, and go pursue your big ideas. See you next time. The Driven Introvert is produced by sheepak.com and Remy Roy. Want to ask a question or share a comment in a future episode? Click on the link in the show notes to record your question in a voicemail.